What are your thoughts about torture?
Torture, it's definitely, I would say, a crime against humanity. It's definitely not. I feel like, in any circumstance, torture should not be an option. Um, it's not only is it's cruel, but it's also very ineffective. If you look throughout history, every time the torture was used, um, a lot of times not useful information was not obtained.
What are your thoughts about torture?
I think torture is something that's wrong. Obviously, to harm another person is something wrong. Um, I mean, even in this country, that's a criminal act, and there are penalties for that. So, torture, I think, is just wrong, and it's a crime.
What are your thoughts about torture?
Torture, I think that torture is very bad and mean and evil.
Do you think it is a crime?
I think torture is a crime because people are just like torturing innocent people for no reason.
Why do you think countries perform this act?
Definitely, I think countries feel pressure due to military reasons. If a country, countries at war or not at war, to secure their own safety, to extract information, mostly, I would assume that's why they would perform tortures to, gather intelligence, information to prevent harm. So I think that would be the main reason to torture. But I know there's some people in this world that are just evil, and you hear about these genocides in Africa, other countries, performing tortures just for the sake of pleasure of pain, and I think that's wrong.
Why do you think countries perform this act?
I think countries just do it for fun because they just want to see people getting tortured.
If I told you that the US had been discovered for torturing people, would you be surprised?
Well, no, because we talked about it in class. But yeah, when I first heard it, I was very shocked. Because I guess growing up in America, we're kind of raised with this idea of America being the good guys. America never doing anything wrong. I guess it's very. It's just a different view. Definitely the ugly side of this country.
If I told you that the US has been discovered for torturing people, would you be surprised?
I think that's a speculation that's been ongoing, especially in Cuba, Guantanamo Bay. There's always speculations of U.S. Committing tortures of certain individuals for anti-terrorist reasons, even in abroad in the Middle East somewhere. There's always speculations of it. Will it surprise me? Yes and no. I mean, I think these are desperate times that I think even the U.S. have resorted to that if they have. It's kind of disappointing because if they are committing these, as we agreed, it's a crime. It's kind of upsetting because then the question would be, what's the difference between us and them? So I don't know. I'm kind of. I mean, if there's proof of it, then of course there's proof. But if not, then for me at this point, they're allegations and speculation. So yeah.
If I told you that the US has been discovered for torturing people, would you be surprised?
No, because I live in the U.S. myself and I have no experience with torture.
What can you do about this?
What can I do? It's pretty crazy to think no one's talking about this issue. I could definitely raise awareness, even just by just talking with people. You know, we could rally, we could protest, but first we need to educate the public and let them know what's going on.
What can you do about this?
I think if U.S. is indeed committing these crimes, committing tortures for whatever reason, collecting intelligence for for defense of our own country, if indeed they are doing it, the best thing we can do is gather proof and to show that to the majority population, to let them know this is what's going on, and we need to stop this because this makes us no different than other terrorist groups. And so, for sake of ethical and moral reasons, I think if this is going on, we need to gather clear proof of it and to let the mass know.
What can you do about this?
I can't really do anything because I'm not the ruler of the world, and I can't stop people from torturing people, like drugs and bullying